Lil Nas X just had my worst nightmare happen to him.
I'm backstage, and this is like not a part of the show, but I'm taking a mean shit. But I want to be like,
Dog, that's like one of my worst fears ever. Anyway, what's up guys, it's Obey-Morse, and we're on Black Ops 4. I have no idea how good these lobbies are going to be. I have no idea how active they're going to be. We actually found a lobby. Oh shit. So Black Ops 4 is a game that unfortunately has suffered the same fate as Ghost coming right after BO2, and like people just expected it to be the exact same as BO3 and it just wasn't. And then the devs thought that for whatever reason everyone loved BO3 because of the specialists, which Black Ops 3 would have been better without any specialists, but that's just my opinion. As you guys know, I usually take my setup to the hotel room that I'm staying at while I'm working my 8 days on. This time I'm not going to, because halfway through my work week I'm leaving for TwitchCon. So instead of taking my PC and making videos from my hotel room, I'm just gonna stack videos like I have in the past. So I'm gonna try to record like 2 or 3 videos a day and edit a couple and then just stack them up. So some of them might be a little dated, but I'll try to make them work. And if it turns out they all end up super poopy diaperish, then I'm just not gonna upload them. I'm just gonna miss a couple days. It's kind of like the downtime before Modern Warfare 2 comes out. So that's why I'm also making a bunch of random videos, and you'll see a lot of different people making random videos or Modern Warfare 2 based videos, because there's not really shit to talk about. No one cares about anything right now. I have a story that I haven't talked about on this channel. I've mentioned it briefly before, but I've never really explained it. I figured I'd talk about it today because I should have it documented on my channel. It's a fucking ridiculous thing to have happen to someone. I'm surprised I haven't made a video on this sooner, because it's actually one of the most clickbait things you can ever make a video on, and it truly happened. It's one of the most fortunate things that's ever happened to me. Unfortunate because I got swatted. That's what the story is. And fortunate because no one got hurt and I can talk about it and it's a haha funny story now. It'd be a little different if I was, at the time, I was a full-time streamer getting swatted, but I wasn't. So it's not like, oh, it's part of the risk of doing business. It's like, dude, you're doing this hobby that is gonna get you killed. Stop. Oh, dude, I love this rainbow diamond camo in Black Ops 4. It's so nice. I've had a couple people ask me to make videos on this, and I've mentioned it in videos in the past, but not really in depth or in detail. Not many people know about it at all, partially because I just didn't want it to happen again. And also, like, I don't know, it just, I wasn't sure if everyone involved wanted it to be talked about, but I talked to my grandmother about it yesterday, and she thought it would be hilarious to talk about in a video. She thinks it's a funny story now. And yes, my grandmother is involved. Both of my grandparents were. I think I was just an easy target, because back when I streamed in 2017 or so, I had some Amazon affiliate some Amazon affiliate thing. So if someone happened to buy something with my Amazon link, I would get some commission or whatever. It was just a BS thing, and I didn't expect anyone to ever use it. But I also didn't expect anyone to break into my account and swap me through it. But I mean, here we are. So what I think this guy did is he broke into that Amazon account that had all the addresses on it for every household that is getting packages through that Amazon account. So it was my dad's Amazon account, and it had his address, some other people's addresses, my grandparents' address. And that's a really important piece of information, because I didn't get my house broken into. I didn't get guns and flashlights shined in my face. None of that. I didn't get yelled at, get on the floor right now. Yeah, cops didn't really show up to my house until later, because the guy sent a SWAT team to my grandparents' house. Which is the house I'm actually staying in now. If you swatted my house and still have my address, please don't swat me again. That would suck. God damn, this guy went off. As he misses 4 shots in a row. As you guys know, I've been living with my grandparents when I'm not out for work. Taking B. Dude, your movement is so good. Oh! God damn! So as of now, like, my grandmother's slowing down a little bit, and my grandfather needs help pretty much all the time. So on good days, he can get up, dude, can you fuck off? Oh my God. On good days, my grandfather can kind of move around, but on bad days, I mean, I'm carrying him from place to place, or we have a bunch of other people in and out of the house helping with that stuff. So that's where he is now. But 5 years ago when this happened, he could still like get around pretty well. He was using a walker. He didn't have very good balance, but he could kind of move. He moved pretty slow, but he could kind of move. On a calm December night, my grandparents get a call from the police saying, hey, yeah, some guy called using the name Duncan last name. I'm not going to tell you my last name. I will tell you that I have an incredibly long last name that I didn't personally know how to spell until I was in like 1st grade. So that should tell you enough about it. Yeah, this guy using Duncan last name, which he severely butchered, by the way, said that he already shot and killed someone and is gonna shoot everyone else if he doesn't get $57,000. I think it was 57 or 20, some weird amount of money. So the SWAT team was like, yeah, you're gonna have to come outside to verify that there's not someone in there shooting everyone. And my grandfather's like, dude, there's like 6 inches of snow on the ground and I'm 78 years old. I walk with a walker. I really don't want to come outside. And they're like, well, you have to or we're gonna break in. So my grandfather's like, okay. So he took like 10 minutes to walk outside. The SWAT team had my grandparents' entire house surrounded, spotlights on my grandfather. It's snowing outside, blizzard. He's got PJs and a walker just standing out in his driveway. So that happens. My grandfather's outside talking to the cops, and slowly they begin to realize that I don't even live there. So they get my address and they show up at my house. They don't break in or anything. It was just 2 officers, and they're like, hey, yeah, so the SWAT team's at your grandparents' house. Can we like walk in and look around? And I was like, yeah, sure, I can tell you about everything that's happening. At the time, swatting was still kind of new, so they had kind of heard about it, but not really. And they were walking in, looking around my room, and before they went in my closet, I disclosed to them. I'm like, hang on, I have a lot of dildos. I told them, hang on, I have a lot of airsoft guns in there. And they're like, oh, okay, cool. That was back when I was big into airsoft and stuff. It was a lot of fun besides all the cheaters, but whatever, who cares? And then they went in asking information. Did I know the guy? Had he ever been in my stream before? What happened? I told him, yeah, I had never seen him before, but he was saying like my dad's name and saying where I lived and stuff in the chat. And I was like, that's really weird. And then I got a call that a SWAT team was at my grandparents' house. And then they asked me for his name, and I don't remember exactly, but it was something like Little Dick Daddy or some shit like that. It was so weird. Saying that to a police officer with a straight face and they write it down with a straight face, also super awkward. So that was that. And I told them, hey, can I give you my number so that you can call me or I can call you if this ever happens again, so we can verify that I'm not shooting my entire family. And I gave the police department a couple calls over the course of a couple days. They didn't do anything. They just ignored my calls. It never happened again, so I guess that's good. What are the odds of swatting my grandparents? And like, it's so lucky that they didn't just break into the house and start flashbanging my elderly grandparents. Like, could you imagine a 9-bang flying through the window? My grandfather's just sitting in his recliner? What's he gonna do? They yell, get on the floor? He can't! Now, whenever we go to family gatherings on that side of the family, or people come and visit from out of state, they're like, oh, can you tell us about the time you got a SWAT team called to your grandparents' house? And it's embarrassing every single time. I think part of the reason I never really talked about this on YouTube or really went into depth at all is just because I guess it wasn't really exciting for me. It wasn't traumatic for me. There's some swatting experiences that people have that are just unbelievably traumatic. Just almost Nosgender. Their experience is not almost a Nosgender. Their experience is extremely traumatic. And luckily I didn't have that, and my grandparents didn't either. The SWAT team handled it extremely well, very well. They didn't show aggression towards my elderly grandparents or anything like that. So that was nice. And I know there's some instances where that does not happen at all, where situations are handled extremely poorly. Like that situation in, what was it, like Kentucky, where the SWAT team just opened the guy's door and shot him. Didn't ask questions, didn't do it. They shot first and asked later. And God, I am thankful that didn't happen to me or my grandparents or anything. Yeah, so that's like the time I got swatted. I don't know how well I told that story. It was a while ago. But if you enjoyed and you want to see more random videos before Modern Warfare 2 and after Modern Warfare 2 comes out, leave a like, subscribe, all that stuff. Feel free to comment. I love hearing from you guys. So yeah, don't send SWAT teams to people's houses and try to be happy about stuff. It helps so much. Have a good one.